hailing out of Dublin, Ireland area. I'm not sure if you're officially your home anymore or not.
Yeah, it is.
But he's got a few majors under his belt. He's got back-to-back wins on the Open, the British Open as we call it on the side of the pond, and a PGA Championship on a roll. I believe we talked to him about 2.5, 3 years ago. This is your first trip to the Waste Management Phoenix Open. We're fortunate enough to have shot 7 under today, Mr. Padraig Harrington. Padraig, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling quite bad now that you guys have nicknames. I don't know.
We're going to get you one. You're going to get one.
We'll get one.
Well, actually, I got you in the phone as Patty. But that's not got enough magic yet.
Yeah, that works.
Is that good? Yeah. Well, these guys are going, well, I know, I'm pretty positive he will come on with us today because he shot a 7 under, and he's going to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah. You know, I'm happy when anybody asks me to talk or do anything. I'm Irish, so I like talking. You know, it's better off when you're asked to do something rather than ignore it. That's for sure. It means you're doing a little bit better. Okay, I did shoot 7 under, but it's nice when you first day out on the golf course. Sometimes you do that, you don't know where the trouble is, and you kind of play a little bit freer, and certainly less expectations.
I gotta ask you, Patty, 16 tall. What do you think of that?
It is unbelievable. It's great. I actually think the tournament's great. You know, there's so many golf tournaments, it's hard to distinguish yourself, and they have something unique here, no doubt about it, with the crowds. 16 is very special. It is actually, like, it was nerve-wracking on a Thursday morning. It throws something out there. Obviously, it's not as difficult to hold as, say, 17th at Sawgrass, but it does put you a little bit out of your routine and puts a little bit more pressure.
Well, we talked a little bit in our telecast before about players and responding to there's Phil out there shooting a number, and it shows that it's gettable. Do you as a player, when you're seeing that happen, and I tried to explain it from my point of view on what I'm experiencing it, but it all comes back to you playing shot to shot. You can't get into what those other guys going. Was it part of the equation for you out there today?
I think it's more important what your actual playing partners are doing. Okay. You know, my paper, we shot 7, 7, and 4. We all hold putts. We all got a decent start. And when you're actually seeing it, as guys always quote to me, a rising tide lifts all ships. And there's no doubt the atmosphere coming back from Phil's match in front, you know, he's possibly going to shoot 59. It definitely helps. It definitely keeps you going forward. You know, I think I turned in 3 under, and I wasn't thinking, you know, can I stay at 3 under? I'm thinking I've got to push on here and make some more birdies.
I think it was important. I mean, I think that getting out in the morning on that back 9, I think you've been able to probably separate the two fairly quickly. And there's key holes on that front 9. There's key holes to get by on the back 9. If you can get out on 10, 11, 12 in through there and get it when it's a little gettable, I think was that an advantage to you this morning? You thought, or
the weather was perfect, and you're right. You know, the greens are perfect, the weather's perfect. It does play a little longer the first couple of holes in the morning, but the frost delay helped us out. We warmed up a little bit, so the first couple of holes were fine. As you said, they are tough holes, but we got good starts. Our whole group hold putts, and you know, once you're a couple under par, you know, you're always thinking of going forward. If you're level par and you're seeing the rest of the field moving forward, you're hanging around that cut line already, and it gets harder. But you know, once you've made a few birdies early on that back 9, the tougher 9, you're definitely thinking there's a score in the day.
How much has the course changed since Monday or Tuesday to today?
Monday.
Yeah, I travelled on Monday, had a 20-hour trip over to here. So what we're finding as professional golfers, golf courses change substantially from Tuesday, Wednesday to Thursday, and players change substantially. We hit the ball further in the tournament, you know. Fairways firm up a little bit, and even moving tee boxes 5-6 yards forward. You know, generally on the right of the plate on a practice day. In the tournament, they push them up a little bit. It makes a big difference. At least a club or two on a lot of holes. So, yeah, you know, at this stage, we're experienced to know that the golf course generally gets a little shorter. Not necessarily that much easier at times, because obviously it can get firmer, but definitely shorter when it gets into the tournament.
What truly brought you here? I mean, there's been a buzz around, you know, why it hasn't been able to get players of your stature out here, but now you're experiencing it. Hopefully it learns on. But was there something specific that brought you here?
I told him it wasn't the fear of the 16th hole. I backed you on that one. It nothing to do with it. Fear of the 16th. Nothing.
Trust me, I know Padraig.
There are a number of factors. I've always wanted to come and play the event because of the atmosphere. No doubt about it. I wanted to. I'd watched this event on TV. I wanted to come and experience it. I haven't been able to over the years because it's early in the season for me, and what I tend to do is I tend to finish up just around Christmas and take a 6-week break, which would obviously run into this week. Whereas the race that I finished at the end of November this year, so I took my 6-week break, and that finished up. I was finished up 5th of January. I was back out playing, so you know, this fits in nicely. I like the next two events coming up, AT&T and LA, and this gives me a good run up to that as well. And the more golf we can play in the desert at the start of the year, the better, because you know, these are ideal conditions. If you don't play perfect golf here, you've got great facilities for practicing and getting your game in shape for the rest of the year.
Weren't anticipating playing in the Grand Slam, but Els pulls out, you're in, you go on and you have a great, you know, great couple of days, win that. How important was that towards the end of the year to kind of give you, you know, some strength and some confidence going into the beginning of the year?
You know, I think I finished 13th in the stroke average last year, putting badly. So I was confident enough in my game, full stop, after last year. I knew I needed to change my putting around. Winning in Bermuda, what was good about that is I haven't been getting in contention very much at all of the last couple of years. I got my chance of winning in Bermuda, and I took it. It's very important for the level of confidence that when you put yourself in there, that you feel good and you grab it. And I know it's a short field, but it's the same feeling coming down the stretch when you're leading the tournament. You're trying to defend on certain shots, you're trying to make enough birdies to keep ahead. And I felt good in that position, and I liked the fact that, you know, it gave me the confidence that in my head I just need to get myself back in contention. When I'm there, I know I'm a better player with the pressure on than when the pressure isn't on.
Interesting comment that you were struggling with your putter, but when you were winning those major championships, you were recognized one of the best putters in the game. Was there something that was missing, or something that you really got away from, and then all of a sudden had to catch it back up?
No, there's definitely I put it poorly for last year in particular. I had some dark days on the golf course. You know, it wasn't for a lack of practice, it wasn't for a lack of work, and I lost a lot of faith and confidence in my ability to read the greens. So I hit a lot of tentative putts. You know, I've worked a bit with people on my eyesight during the winter, and I changed my putting routine. You know, you just have to change it around. I said I've always had a good short game, but you know, I suffered the last year, and it really brought home how important holding a 6-footer the odd time to save a par is. And it puts a lot of pressure on you when you're not holding them, because every time you're chipping, you have to chip it inside 3 feet.
Well, I tell you what, I sure hope that our listeners are taking this content here, because what happens is, here's got one of the best players in the world, 3-time major champion, and he's working on not so much the stroke mechanics, but the vision mechanics of reading those greens, which you would think would be probably the simplest of the things. And it becomes the confidence of seeing that line, hitting to that line, and making it part of your equation. And really, is that what you had to go back to?
Yeah, very much so. Like Bob Bertella had been trying to tell me to do it, but you eventually have to realise for yourself that, you know, a lot of the putts that you think you misread, you just hit a tentative putt and just didn't hold the time because of that. You just have to commit and trust your reading. You kind of have the attitude, which is very hard to do it, you know. Hit a good putt, and if it misses on that line, so be it. Whereas I wasn't manning up. I was not prepared to, you know, I was hitting half putts, to be honest, and making me worse than I actually was. So it's a difficult one, but I'm seeing some nice things in my putting. And what's fascinating about that, it just brings so much more confidence into my chipping and bunker play, because, you know, I don't have to chip it to a foot. I can chip it 4 or 5 feet, and it's not so bad.
Bob Bertella. Okay, everybody works the physical part of the game. How long are you working with Bob, and is he a credit? Or can you give him credit for getting out of here?
Oh, slow. Did you say slow?
No, don't say that. It's over. It's over though. It's over.
We'll go ahead and ask the question.
It's over. It's over. You had a tough time. You know you did.
You've got to understand that in this game, in order to have a peak, you've got to play a little bit below average as well.
Like a roller coaster ride. It's more fun that way.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it. And I had a peak in 2007 and 2008. I dropped below my average certainly in 2011 and 12. But you know, you got to expect.
Far back.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to some big peaks again. I'm looking forward to sustained peaks. Most golfers last about 18 months. I've been watching everybody. I'm watching. Even Tiger would have had periods where he played well for 18 months where it was easy for him to win. Now, he still won when he was off form, but you know, he was winning with his speed game. You watch a lot of golfers, they last about 18 months, then they reset to who they are for a period of time. And, you know, as I said, if they're really good players, who they are is pretty good as well. But, you know, the 18 months is when it comes easy to you. You know, you're going out there every day, you play around the golf, you play like you should have shot 70 and you're coming in shooting 68. Whereas when you're not quite going so well, you feel like you played like 70 and you're coming in shooting 72. 72 is a hard number to get you nowhere. It keeps you on that cut line, and it's a tough day the next day.
Now, here's the thing. Like, today he played well. If this guy, you've seen nothing yet.
Oh yeah, I know.
But I'm just telling you, this is a warm up. I mean, we look at maybe 125 to 150,000 each day.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware.
And they're ready to cheer for you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. As I said, it is exciting. It's exciting that you're thinking about it. When you're playing 15, you're thinking about 60.
Well, Padraig and our fans agree that you were here, but could this be a regular stop in the
Yes, if I win this week.
Well, let's hope that happens.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
It's got more to do with the schedule. You know, as I said, I'd love to. What I've seen so far, I've really enjoyed it. And you know, it's a great place to play golf. The golf course is great. It's in great condition. The crowds are full. Everything is top class. So it really will come down to whether I can get a sufficient break in the winter and still get out.
We'd love to have you.
Yo, you bet.
I think what's interesting is, you know, I take little things that the quality, the top echelon players get, and the manning up.
Yeah.
And really, as a player, it's easy for amateurs and other people to get caught up with being told what to do and try to get that. What this gentleman is saying, that he had to look inside, really decide that he had to man up himself. It doesn't matter what Bob Rotella is telling him or trying to get forward to him. You still have to be ready to accept it. And that's the toughest thing.
I would agree with you. I can turn around and I can tell my competitors the 10 golden rules secrets that I have. It makes no difference. They know the answers. It's actually doing it day in, day out, and not getting, you know, you can be told something today and it's exciting and you'll do it for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's when things aren't going so well, can you man up and just keep your guns. It's hard 6 months down the line, a year down the line, when you're getting used to it. Then it's hard to do the good things all the time.
I want to ask Padraig, I know he wants to go
Yeah, we're going to get
but I want to ask him one more question. And these guys, and having been a player and having shot low numbers been going in, you look at Phil, Shot Dog asked me, what does Phil think about as he's going forward? Now, I'm not getting into Phil's mind here, but if you had shot 60 and you got to wait till tomorrow afternoon, does anything change in your routine from, starting this afternoon, waiting till tomorrow, trying to keep that, or are you in such a good frame of mind after you get done that you're just ready to go tomorrow?
I hope if I shot 60 that I have enough sense to just leave the golf course and go back and chill out, watch a movie. And I know myself, I've shot 64 today and I've got a load of things in my head to go and work on. I've got an afternoon at work. I think I hit 8 bags of golf balls before I went out today. That is an absolute, because of the delay, that is an absolute record. Yeah, I was 2 hours, 10 minutes on the range.
Man.
Pretty good workout.
Yeah, that's a good workout.
If you've shot 60, I'd be devastated if you shot 60. 59 is such an ultimate. It's a career-defining stat. Even for Phil, as many tournaments as he's won, I don't believe he shot 59 before tournament play. Yeah,
You shot 60 here before.
yeah, so it's a career-defining stat shooting 59. Your CV at the end. Phil's CV will start off with his 4 major wins, and then we'll go with his I don't know how many career wins, but pretty close to the top will be shot 59. So it's tough that he, I think he hit a good putt in the last. I think we'll win. Yeah, I just gotta say it's
Above the green?
No, well, the good thing for him is he now has something to go for tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's right.
But it's hard for people. The first thing people say, well, he didn't birdie 15. How hard was that? I said, well, God, you made 11 birdies. It could have been too hard. But did you leave it? Did you leave any out there? I mean, you shoot 7 under, and people will say, well, will he be happy with that? And most guys will look at maybe one shot here or there, but when you're playing that good, it's tough to win.
Yeah, trying to think. I know I left something out there. The first par 5, I made a horrible effort at chipping a putt. The 17th, I didn't chip and putt it. I ended up making par. 1 or 2. The last 3 holes I had birdie chances. But I'm telling you the 5 I missed there. But I'm not telling you the 7 I got.
Well, so the news tomorrow will be Padraig should have shot 59.
Yeah,
It happened
exactly.
to shoot 64. You left 5 show strokes out on the
Heard it here first.
I am a professional golfer. That means I have to think about the ones I missed.
There you go.
I've got them home.
A couple quick more questions. We're gonna know you're hungry. Paul can't take you up there and serve you and everything else. But hey, if you play well here, and you are playing well, and you did say win the top 10, do you think you could end up being the Pied Piper to bring some of your brethren over from Ireland, Rory?
Yeah,
G-Mac,
Darren. It is an interesting, going up against the Dubai Desert Classic. The Dubai Desert Classic tends to have players, like Waste Management has players who are sponsored by Dubai. So they have to turn up. Rory played in Dubai because he was sponsored by Jumeirah. He's not sponsored by Jumeirah anymore, he's not playing Dubai. So, it is tough at this time of year. There's a lot of good events. But in my estimation, and I wouldn't mind if it was a rule on the tour, everybody needs to play every event at some, maybe in a 5-year rotation, you've got to play every event.
We want to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yes. We want you here in person.
Yeah, you've got to turn up and play every, with an event like this, I see it, you've got to play it at least once in your golfing career. Get out there and experience how unique it is and the crowds that are out here and love it. You've got to embrace it.
I like it. Well, let me tell you what, I'm going to change the slump to valley, and I'll have that edited on that tape recorder. Well, thank you for joining us, and that got a lot out of you. Let's put it that way.
I will tell you this, the Thunderbirds are very happy.
Yes,
this
they are.
organization does more for this valley. We promote them all the time. They're huge in all aspects of charitable giving, and to have a gentleman like yourself come on, be part of the equation is just an add-on for them.
I certainly see they do a great job here for everybody, and it's nice to have an organisation like that, and in the community, doing so much for them.
You're such an ambassador for Ireland.
Charity
and
guy,
Oliver
too.
McCann and all those guys over there. We love that you took the time, but also have a great time the next 3 days.
Exactly.
What you're about to experience, especially tomorrow
Yeah,
afternoon,
Oh boy.
it should be fun.
Here we go. How about if I go like this? Your 2013 Waste Management Phoenix Open, Padraig Harrington. Padraig, thanks for having me.
I do like the fact that on Saturday they're having a day for the Irishman. Everybody's wearing green.
That's greenhouse. Good that. Good job.
And that's what we're promoting.
Hey, thanks so much.
Good job.
Thanks.
All right, thanks.
All right, great interview with Padraig Harrington, 2013 Waste Management Phoenix Open. We're going to catch up.